It's 5:45. Let's get you up to speed now on the stories you need to know to start your morning. The Phoenix City Council has agreed to delay a budget vote, which would include funds for a civilian oversight board of the Phoenix Police Department. Council members and Mayor Kate Gallego will discuss the proposed budget during a special session Monday. The plan from Councilman Carlos Garcia to utilize the Civilian Oversight Board calls for $3 million in funding. The decision comes after protesters gathered outside council chambers calling for the city's police department to be defunded and instead funnel those funds into other programs, such as the Civilian Oversight Board. If you or a loved one are experiencing domestic violence, there's a new option to get help. Arizona's state court system is offering to help victims with free legal assistance. An administrative order was signed Wednesday to create a pilot program to provide a new type of worker to clients of the Emerge Center Against Domestic Abuse. The new workers would be trained and certified to provide free advice on legal issues to high-risk needs like protective orders. That domestic abuse center is located in Tucson. President Trump is expected to visit Yuma next week. This comes as U.S. Customs and Border Protection is asking contractors for help to make the border wall harder to climb over and cut through. The new request gives federal contractors until June 12th to suggest new anti-climbing tools and technology for the hundreds of miles of the U.S.-Mexico border. President Trump continues to campaign for re-election on a promise to complete nearly 500 miles of new barrier along the border by the end of 2020. We have new information on a bizarre case out of Scottsdale. Police say a naked burglary suspect was shot and killed by a homeowner, but now the case is being investigated as a possible second-degree murder. It happened last month near Happy Valley and Alma School Road. The homeowner told investigators he was working outside when his dog started barking. He then went inside and found a naked man standing in one of his children's rooms. The homeowner told police the suspect charged at him with a large piece of wood. At that point, the homeowner fired 2 shots, killing the alleged intruder. You're now up to speed. Don't forget, you can always find the latest news on our website, 12news.com, or the free 12 News app.